You were not supposed to affect them like this. That is the part they keep coming back to. That is the thought that runs through everything, every quiet moment, every attempt to focus on something else, every conversation they have with themselves at night when they are trying to get to sleep. It was not supposed to go this far, and yet here they are, completely unable to undo what you did to them, and what is eating at them most is that you did not even try to do it. Take a breath right now. An actual one. Whatever you were doing before you found this, put it down. This is going to need your full attention because what I am about to say to you is not something you want to hear halfway. Be here, let's go. My name is Jessica. Welcome to Moonlit Arcana. Something shifted in this person the moment you properly entered their world. It might not have been dramatic from the outside. It might not have looked like anything at all to someone watching. But on the inside, something moved that they have not been able to put back where it was. You became the new reference point. The before and the after. Everything they experience now gets quietly measured against what it feels like when you are involved. And that is terrifying for them. Not because the feeling is bad, because they do not know what to do with it. Let me be specific about what is happening. This person has a life they were managing just fine. They had their routines, their patterns, the version of themselves they had gotten comfortable presenting to the world. And then you came in and disrupted all of it, not by trying to, but just by being exactly who you are. You did not perform anything, you did not chase them, you did not manufacture intensity. You were just yourself, and it turned out that was the one thing they were not prepared for. They keep replaying moments with you. This is not a metaphor. They are genuinely going back over conversations you have had, things you said that you probably do not even remember saying, expressions they caught on your face that they have stored somewhere in their memory. Like they are important documents. They are revisiting these moments and noticing new things each time. A particular way you phrase something, the fact that you said a specific thing and meant it, the moment you were honest when you did not have to be. You were real with them, and that is rarer than you know. For a long time, they have been around people who manage how they are perceived, people who present a curated version of themselves, people who keep their edges hidden and their softness rationed. And then you were just there, unguarded, direct, warm in a way that was not performing warmth, and something in them recognized it immediately, even if they did not have the language for what they were recognizing. Here's what is true right now. This person's feelings for you are not casual, not a passing thing, not a phase they are going to grow out of quietly. What they feel has settled into something deeper than attraction. It has become the kind of thing that sits in the chest, that makes itself known at inconvenient times. That does not respond to logic or distraction the way they need it to. They have tried both of those things, by the way. They have tried logic. They have sat with themselves and made the case for why this does not make sense, why the timing is wrong, why they should not be feeling this intensely about anyone right now. And every single time, the feeling has outlasted the argument. Logic loses this one. Every time. They have tried distraction to other people, other places, throwing themselves into work or routine or anything that fills up the space where thoughts of you live. And it works briefly, the way a small umbrella works in a downpour. For a few minutes, they feel like they are managing it. And then something completely unrelated, a song, a smell, a phrase someone uses that sounds like something you once said, and it all comes flooding back. You are embedded, you are not going anywhere. Now, here is the part I want you to sit with. The distance you might have been feeling from them, if there has been any, that is not what it looks like. It is not coldness, it is not disinterest, it is not them deciding you do not matter. The distance, when it exists, is actually a form of self-protection. It is them trying to control something that feels uncontrollable. It is them saying to themselves, if I step back slightly, if I create a little bit of space, maybe I can get a handle on this before it runs completely away from me. It is not working. But that is the intention behind it. They are not retreating from you, they are retreating from how much you affect them. That is a crucial difference. There is something specific I want to name. This person has started measuring other people against you. Not dramatically, not consciously, most of the time, but it happens. Someone will be warm with them, and they will notice that it does not land the way your warmth lands. Someone will be honest with them, and something in them will notice the difference in texture. Someone will try to connect with them, and they will realize in the quietest possible way that the connection feels like a version of something they have already experienced in full. With you, you have become the standard, and they did not ask for that, but there it is. I want to talk about what is happening in their private world, the part they are not showing anyone. There are conversations they have had with you in their head that you have never been part of. Full conversations where they finally say the things they have been holding back, where they are honest about what this has been for them, where they get to find out what you actually think and feel without any of the careful management that happens in real life. In these internal conversations, they are braver than they are in person. More honest, more direct, and then they come back to reality and realize they have no idea how to translate any of that into something they can actually say to you. That gap between what they feel and what they have the courage to express is where most of their struggle lives right now. They wonder what you think about them, not in a shallow way. They genuinely want to know how they exist in your mind, whether they take up space there, whether you have noticed what they think they have noticed, whether what seems to be building between you is real, or whether they have been constructing something in their imagination that only exists on their side. The uncertainty is one of the hardest parts for them, because in every other area of their life, they have a sense of how things work. They understand cause and effect. They can read situations. They are not someone who usually feels this off balance. But you have taken away their certainty, and some part of them resents that, and some larger part of them is quietly grateful for it because they had not felt this alive in a very long time. Something else is happening that I want to be direct about. The feelings they have for you have changed the way they think about what they want. Before you came into this picture, they had some version of what they were looking for, some sense of what they expected from connection, and you have disrupted that completely. Not because you tried to, just because you exist in a specific way that rearranged their sense of what is possible. They are not looking at anyone else the way they look at you. Not because they are not around other people, but because when they are around other people, they are aware of an absence. They are aware of what is not there, and what is not there is whatever this thing is that you carry with you that makes them feel like they are actually present in their own life. You make them feel awake. And that is not a small thing. I want to step outside this reading for a moment and say something directly to you. What I am describing is real. And I want you to hear this clearly because I think sometimes we dismiss or minimize the effect we have on people without realizing the weight of what that dismissal costs. This person's world has shifted because of you, not because you were trying to make an impact, because you were genuine, because you showed up as yourself without managing or performing it. That is the thing that got through their defenses. That is the thing they cannot forget. Authenticity, real authenticity, is one of the rarest things one person can give another. And you gave it without thinking about it. That matters. Do not be small about that. There is something building right now between the two of you. Something that has been given enough time and enough weight to become something real. And what is shifting in them is the recognition that they cannot stay in the suspended place they have been in. They cannot keep feeling this much and saying nothing. The internal pressure has become too high for silence to hold. They are moving toward honesty. Slowly, perhaps, on their own timeline, which may not match yours, but the direction is clear. The question they keep circling is not whether to say something, the question is how and when, and what will happen when they do. Here is what I want you to carry from this. Whatever this has felt like from your side, whatever you have sensed but not been able to name, whatever you have Notice in the moments where something seemed to pass between you and then went unsaid, it is not in your head. You are not imagining the current beneath the surface. You are not projecting. There is something real on the other side of what you have been sensing, and it is not a small thing. You change something in them that stays changed. And they are finally starting to understand that this is not a problem to be solved. It is something to be met. That is where they are right now. Welcome back whenever you are ready for the next one. I will be here